Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Create Joy Studio. Hello, Rosemary and Cookie. Happy Sunday. How are you guys doing today? I had a little bit of a technical, just a little bit. You know how technology tries to agitate you a tad. Where's that at? Okay, I think we fixed it. I think. Nope. There it is. Had to find it. Had to find it. Got so many tabs open, just don't know. Tab from yesterday was open. YouTube. All right, let's see. There's that. There's that. Okay, cool. We're ready. We're ready. Desk looks great. We're live. We're in the live chat. All of the little housekeeping things that we have to do. No, I don't. Do not want to do that. No thanks. Thank you, but no thanks. How's everybody's Sunday going? Zal, happy Sunday. How is it? How's your trip going? Come on in. Give me a you're doing good. Things are great. You did this today. You did that today. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Some people might be like, you got coffee? Yeah, I do. 66 degrees in my studio, so I can drink coffee. I can drink a cup of coffee while I hang out with y'all. I tried to do tea, but I like my coffee better. Hey, Paula Kay. How are you? How are you? We're gonna be slapping some paint on some paper today. Yesterday I had so much fun. Oh, let me show y'all that's what I could do. How everything turned out from yesterday. I had that one, and that one, had that one. That one I really think did a good job. Okay, I need to change my camera because I don't like that. Close that. Move that over here. Please and thank you. There we go. Seems a little wonky to me. Maybe it's just me. Does everything look good to y'all? Time I hit the live button, the camera view just went like way out. My iPhone, since the update, it doesn't save the last setting that I used in my phone. You have to redo it every single time. And I don't know. I need to go in and figure out what I need to cut off. But when you go into the iPhone camera, because that was one of their new major things that they updated, oh man, this camera is so daggum technical till it's too much. It's just too much. So you're actually already washing clothes? Wow. I got your box together, so you just let me know when you're leaving and whenever you're leaving, or let me know when you're going to be heading back home, and your box will travel pretty much right along with you. So that way it could maybe get there a couple days after you. I don't want it to be sitting there for you, sitting there waiting on you, and somebody possibly take it. Mariah's in the chat. We're so happy to have you back. Happy to hear that you had a great vacation. Next time, I'm quite sure you'll love it even better when you go on Royal Caribbean. It hints the word royal. It's what made me choose my cruise ships, right? One had Carnival in it and the other one had Royal in it. And I was just like, well, Carnival is more to play. That sounds like a party all the time. I don't want to party all the time. I'm royalty. I just want to kind of do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if I want to party, there'll be a section for that. So have never been on Carnival, just seen all the things, but I loved Royal Caribbean. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Am I ready to go again? No, still no. Still not ready to book another one. I'm not. Because that after, I think every time, like even now that I start talking about it, like my body starts just doing that little like like you're still on the boat. And it's been a year. We were there last year this time. So just like, oh, but it's great. I'm glad y'all had a good time. It was fun watching Josh sit in that chair and fluff up that hair, pull that hair out the hat. I said, boy, if that's not Mariah, y'all do look. Josh could pass for your son. I see why people are always saying your son, because I guess it's because he's your nephew and he's your brother's son, and y'all got the same, but he could definitely pass for your urns. But me personally, I missed you. I couldn't send you a text. Carnival is a good time. Yeah, that's what I heard. I've heard it's a good time. It's a real good time, like a 24-hour good time. The whole time you're just partying. I'm over. I'm not there. I drink coffee all the time with a little shot of brandy in it. Not today. Not now. I'll get my next cup after the live. It'll have a shot of brandy. And remember, I was telling y'all about my cup, my favorite cup, because I kept, well, not my favorite, but I collect cups for where I go. I'm gonna have to drink some. But this is my Nebraska cup, and it was that has the spoon in it. Who was on here yesterday? Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Rosemary. Rosemary, you're in Iowa or Ohio? That's what made me think of my Nebraska cup yesterday. Hey Jackie, how are you? And I just finished eating breakfast because I fell back to sleep earlier. Zal, I hope you are getting as much rest as we've instructed Mr. McCoy to do. Because sometimes you just need to get rest when you can rest. I'm just saying. But yesterday's live. So for those that may be popping in, sliding in, we've been here because it's World Watercolor Month, and we've been here every day. Today is day 19, and we're still going strong. I have been having fun. And P's like, she watercolored all day. So yesterday, I watercolored all day yesterday. Pretty much out of the only days I didn't watercolor every day, I mean all day, was probably when I had, Crystal had guests, because everybody wanted to do gel printing. So we kind of did gel printing after the live. But mostly I've done watercolor. This one I pulled out after it dried. These two I pulled out after the live yesterday, and I looked at them. I gave them time to dry, because remember I said I don't put heating tools on mine, so I give them time to dry. Remember, these were our blobs. Well, actually, that wasn't our blob. This was our blob from yesterday, because Graham was, asking some questions. He said his blobs and what. So we kind of walked it out. There's a whole video from yesterday if you want to know what was what and how I turned these blobs into these beautiful, beautiful. They, mwah, just beautiful. Look at that. You'd have to go back and see what this looked like before. And man, when I tell you this thing turned out to be I sent it straight to Graham. I didn't even wait, didn't give him a chance to wait to see it today. And then this one we had blobs. It was a big blob on the page. And we put butterfly and lanternfly on it. And then we watercolored those. See? This one, it kind of got out of hand. It was a big blob, remember? I kind of kept circling it around and put some leaves and gave it a little bit. It works out. I'll probably cut this out and put it in my art journal. Maybe. Not sure. Because remember, I'm going to probably take all of these and turn them into another book like I did this one. Actually, I pulled out paper that's already cut. Don't have to cut. Shatta, what's up? Let's go. I still can't do it like she do. Let's go, Jesus. It still sounds better. I feel like I need to get her on the phone so she can say it. But if you really want to know how Chi-Town sounds, we start the month off July the 1st with guests in the studio. And you can go check it out. You can go check it out. Crystal, I just want you to know I won't be drinking the rest of that wine. Roll out. Yes, Eddie. Hello. Oh, that's good. But so I'm probably going to do this. You know, I showed you walk through this, it's just so beautiful, very much so beautiful. I hope my daughter told my granddaughter what time it was, because she kind of got a little like, oh, I didn't know my grandma was live. Just like, hold on now, hold on. So it was all good. Um, do 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 do. I didn't do that when we were in the studio. Okay, I'm here, but gotta get laundry switched out. Oh Lord, you want to come do my laundry? It's sorted in the floor. It's sorted in the colors, and it hasn't made it into the laundry room yet. It lets you know I got plenty clothes, got plenty undies, plenty bras, or just, who cares? But it hasn't made it from the bathroom to the laundry room. Thank goodness gracious, if y'all know what that is, like how close that is to each other, it's not that far. But I hate doing laundry. I hate folding. I don't mind the washing machine doing its thing, but I just hate it. So yeah, so this is where this was. This is how this turned out. And then remember I did this one. We had the backdrops. And then I kind of did some little squiggles and rounds and things on it. And it turned out good too. So now these are completely dry. I'm very much so happy with them. So if you're doing World Watercoloring Month, and you're trying to figure out, like, why does this happen? Why does that happen? I've kind of went through some of the days that I've been live and showed some of the things, because there's been some people in the chat that have asked some pretty good questions. And I can show you better than I can tell you. And at the end of it all, I want you to trust the process. That's what I really, 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 really want. Mariah, I got something to send to you. You're going to be very pleased. You're going to be very happy. And hopefully all the things with me, but I got to work on, I think, two things with it. But other than that, I am super duper proud of myself over here. I'm just saying, you know, vector. How about that? I'm gonna throw that out there. Hey, Avalie. Hi, Crystal Joy. Crystal Joy. We got some crystals around here. Who else? Let me see. Who else? Mary Brown. Hello. I got Jackie. I got Rosemary. I think I got everybody that's here. If I didn't, in my Mariah voice, give me some pinky hello so we can say hello, because we're already a bunch of friends around here and we like to say hello. Was that good? So this morning I was looking at PMR Studio Crystal Call, so I had to pause and kind of left it running while I went on the porch and had a conversation with her with a glass of wine. Y'all, let me tell you something. Crystal, you can have that. That bottle will be here when you come back. That I only had about that much, and I had to go take a shower and just like calm my little self down. Just like, oh my goodness, what the world? I need to look at the percentage on that. That was too much. Too much, too fast this morning. Or either I drunk it too fast. Because y'all know we had a situation this morning. And y'all know Crystal talks me off of my ledges. Although this morning I'm very proud of myself. I wasn't on a ledge. Hi, Catherine. How are you? We got two Crystals on this chat. That's what's up. Okay. I am going to it has a high percent. Oh yeah. See, I'm a little weak one over here. When it comes to wine, I don't need that much. I just drink wine to hold a glass. Now my brandy and my whiskey, that's a different story. But wine, it just kind of goes straight to the head, and I just be ready to like, ooh, ooh. It's like, oh Lord, yeah, you can have it at the airport at 5:45 a.m. Oh, that's my kind of travel. Actually, a red eye is my kind of travel. Nighttime. Wait, what you got? We got Rosa. We're using our Rosa Gallery. I have three brushes. Remember, y'all, I have been doing good with not using only my round brushes. I've been using my Filberts. I've been using this one. I even used my dagger. Yesterday, we popped out here and used our quill brushes in different sizes. I am just very, very proud of me. And if you don't know, I learned with a round brush. I can do everything with a round brush. I'm more comfortable with a round brush. So all of these watercolor brushes that I have in different sizes, shapes, and even colors, I had to tell myself, girl, you need to figure out some other things. You need to do some other things. So that's what I've been doing. Let's pull this one out. These are my Emma LaFaves. Emma LaFave, I have let's see, like cat's tongue, filbert, every shape or whatever in my Emma faves. If they have a gold handle, fancy, fancy, because I'm bougie. Um, and their white handle, that's Emma faves. What do you call it? collaboration with Craftimo. I love these brushes. I do, I do, I do. Graham, give us an update. Graham, did you make puddles? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. All right, as I go, because y'all know it's Sunday. I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful. I feel like I went to visit a friend this morning. Well, after I got off the phone with Crystal, and about 1 o'clock, because my friend calls and it's like, I haven't seen you all summer and I miss you. And I heard the love in his voice, and that made me very happy. So I got in the car, threw my hair in a cute ponytail, put on a cute dress, and put on some cute shoes. And I went to see Pierre. Pierre's supposed to be, yeah, I remember on my channel. But Pierre's the one that made me my little mannequin that has pockets and has an apron and holds my little crafty stuff. Yeah. So Pierre is great, great. So I had to go and check Pierre out. I don't have an Eddie like literally here in my town. I feel like Pierre is my Eddie here in town because he's artistic. He loves. He sings amazingly. Eddie, do you sing? But Pierre sings. Um, I love me some Pierre. So they own a restaurant in Eufaula, Barb's Country Kitchen. If you're ever in Eufaula, or if you're ever on 431 sliding through Eufaula, coming from Florida, going to Georgia on 431, you're gonna pass right by them. Stop in, tell them Karen sent you. The food is amazing. So they have breakfast. Usually breakfast is my thing. I love, love, love breakfast. By the time my guests would get up, when Crystal and Bernadette was here, breakfast was over. So, okay, let's see. Did Graham give us an update? I didn't do watercolor yesterday afternoon. You had a concert last night, so it was a busy day. Up till 3 a.m. So now you're a zombie. Now you might not be in control of your hand. You might need to just slap some paint on some paper now. Maybe. Mary Brown says, I got my watercolors out and I'm trying some multicolor circles to get a feel for how much paint and water. I'm new to this. Mary Brown, I am happy that you're here. Eddie gotta live up to Pierre. Well, no, not really. Pierre was just in London too. Like, Pierre is just world travel. Okay, so let me talk about Pierre. Pierre is my arty friend that is real, real. Like, his art has taken him to the movie. So if you've ever seen Hunger Games or Game of Thrones, I think it's Game of Thrones. He's done the set for that, the wardrobes and stuff for that. If you've seen not Steel Magnolias, Sweet Magnolias, he in the restaurant, that's all him. And what's another one that you might know? If you ever seen Bountiful with oh, what's her name? Oh, Cicely Tyson. He did the in the house that's in their house in town before she goes to Bountiful. That's all him. The curtains, the pillows, like Pierre is my like. Oh. So not last year, but year before last, we did the art. Remember I told you guys I did that art thing? We did that together. And he's the one that kind of, when I moved here, just challenged me to get out there and meet people and join the little art club, and don't worry about it, because you are you. He was like, when I would come to town and visit, I would just go sit up there. I would tell people to meet me at Barb's, right? Because when I would come to town, I wasn't going around to see everybody. I'm going to be at the spot and we're going to eat. So meet me at Barb's. And so when most people knew, it's like, Karen's in town. We saw her at Barb's. That's where she is, going up there. That's where it was. I felt like it was a good location. So now that I've moved here, he called this morning. He's like, you haven't been here. I haven't seen you all summer. And I thought about it and I was like, God, I haven't. Because their restaurant closes at 2. So, by the time I go through there, they're closed. And they've been working all day, so I don't be wanting to bother them. But it was good to go see. And they were busy today because, it's Sunday. Everybody was in there eating. So I grabbed me a little din din and brought home. Look at that. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we got any? Yeah, so Melissa and Winona Judd on the same bill front row. I'm always so awake after concerts. It's hard for me to go. That's, you know what? That's kind of hard to do when you go to concerts. I've never been a concert kind of person. I can count on my right hand how many concerts I've been to. And I think I get overstimulated for that very reason. That very reason. I've seen Michael Jackson. Well, I saw the Jackson 5, and I saw Prince, and then I saw Usher. That's it for me. Anything else I've seen, like it was jazz. It's going to be, jazz. Saw Thelonious Monk. Um, who else? I saw. Ooh, it was a whole bunch. When jazz festival come, you got a whole bunch of people. What's that girl's name? Crystal, you know that girl's name. We had her. She was at the beach. Oh Lord, I can't call her name. But anyway, yeah, I like jazz. Doesn't leave me hyped. You seen Prince too? One of the best, man, Prince, when that brass bed came up out of the on the stage. Hey Lynn, you snuck in there. That brass bed came up. Y'all do me babies. Y'all know. I was like, oh my goodness. I was in what's that? I think I was in ninth grade. It's like didn't know nothing about no do me baby. Oh yeah. Oh goodness. I can't think of but Thelonious Monk, and there's another guy. Oh my God. What is his name? I see him right there. I've also seen Kenny G. Love me some Kenny G. Okay, so I have a poem. Y'all know because yesterday I had this poem. Prince, yeah, Prince gave the best. And then one of my girlfriend's friends, she later turned out to not to be a good friend either, but she was on stage with Prince. I was just like, oh my goodness. And I think it went to her head after that. So I saw MJ and Prince and Usher as well. Doo, 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 doo. My favorite jazz artist of all times was Sonny Rollins. Sonny Rollins, Sonny Rollins. Why is that? I'm not good with names. And it's so bad because I think the older I get, the worse it gets. Carol, happy Sunday, Carol. How is things on the ranch? How is the weather? How are all the babies doing? Um, but yeah, yesterday I read y'all a little Robert Frost. So today I had two. I was going to read a little Walt Whitman because y'all know I told y'all yesterday Walt Whitman was my guy. But today, let me cut that up so I can see it. I'm going to read it. And if you know who it is, if you even Google a little bit so you can tell me, just remember, put in a chat because I get a little bit of, what do you call it? Poems of the day. This one was a poem from last week though, so I kind of went back. I didn't like poem for today. Um, Let me make the songs for the people, songs for the old and young, songs to stir like a battle cry, wherever they are sung. Not for the clashing of sabres, for carnage, nor for strife, but songs to thrill the hearts of men with more abundant life. Well, I love that. Doesn't that sound good? Let me make the songs for the weary, amid life's fever and fret, till hearts shall relax their tension and careworn brows forget. Let me sing for little children before their footsteps stray, sweet anthems of love and duty to float life's highway. I would sing for the poor and aged when shadows dim their sight of the bright and restful mansions where there shall be no night. Our world, so worn and weary, need music pure and strong to hush the jangle and discords of sorrow, pain, and wrong. Music to soothe all its sorrow till war and crimes shall cease and the hearts of men grow tender. Girdle the world with peace. I want y'all to relax. We're going to slap some paint on some paper. And I want you to think about that poem. And if you know who it is, tell me. If not, then I'll put it in there. But it's titled Songs for the People. I thought since we was talking, we talked about music yesterday, and the way we've been going the last couple of days. And then when I went back, I was like, I remember one of the poems because I like the fact that it said music to soothe all its sorrows. I don't know about y'all, but music kind of calms, not kind of, music calms me down. That's why it can't be too loud and it can't be too soft. I need just a happy medium. That's why I love jazz. I can sit and listen at jazz all day long. And then if I feel like it, I pull out because I'm a flutist. I pull out my flute and then I can still blow a little bit, just a little bit. But right now, slap paint on my paper is my jam that's been kind of making me feel better. So, but when I was reading that poem, her words kind of reminded me that creativity can bring joy, and it can help you rest. That's really what it reminded me, like music to soothe all its sorrows, right? So, but we have to, not have to. No, you don't. You don't have to. But we are also, how should I say? I'm not gonna tell you what you should do, but I'm gonna tell you what I do. I also give my heart permission to relax and breathe when I'm listening to music. So everybody has their own thing. Like Crystal loves to run around, jump and dance and do all the things, which is cool. Me, I just really want to sit and feel the vibe. I want to feel the bass, not too much. I don't need it to thump too much because my heart be skipping a beat. But music can soothe. It's just makes a baby. You can put, mobiles. I don't know. Do they still put mobiles in baby beds? Like, heck, let me ask this question. Do babies still sleep in baby beds? First of all, it's been a long time since I had a baby. Oh, let me go back. I feel like I missed something. Graham ever listened to Beth Hart? That now sounds familiar either. Sounds familiar. Midway is a large grassy area near the University of Chicago. Um, I feel like Graham is the master of it all. My son in law is a jazz musician. His name is Warren Wolf. He plays the vibraphone. Look him up after the live. There's a lot of shows on YouTube. Oh, really? Listen, y'all can actually look up Pierre. Pierre is his aunt is a um famous musician, you know. Aunt Jean. I gotta remember her name because like I'm so used to him so calling her Aunt Jean. And he's on Instagram. Like Pierre is he's on all the platforms. But Aunt Jean, I can't remember. Let me see. I'm bad with names. So bad. Bad Karen. Let's see, where is he at? Pierre Designs. And then when y'all go over there, you let him know I sent you. I don't think it's Pierre Designs. Or I'm spelling it wrong one. No, that's not him. I think I'm spelling it wrong. Oh well, I'll get it. I'll get it. And I'll put it in the put it in the what do you call it thing? In the show notes. That's what I'll do. I'll put it in the show notes. Unless I can find it. Oh, I know where I can get it. Hold on, hold on. Y'all hold on for a second. Hold on. Chicago, not a wait a minute. What the word? See, that's why I don't come on social media. Time you pull it up, first thing you get is just somebody standing up with a gun. I got a little nasty taste in my mouth. I don't know what that's all about. Um, so this is when he was in London. His aunt is named Jean Carn, Carne. Okay, now that I got it, Jean. She done sung with the best of them. You hear me? Yep, she's an American singer. Jean Carn, don't let it go to your head. So I'll put that on there, and y'all can check her out. Y'all can check her out in y'all own time. Where's my? There it is. And when she was in London, he actually He actually went to London and joined her. I don't know if it's my coffee or what, but that little taste just isn't. I tried some new coffee and I don't like that. I don't like the way that looked right there. See how that did? But we're gonna leave it alone. We're not gonna worry about it. Just put some more pigment down there and let it bloom on its own. Remember, watercolor doesn't like to be overworked. It's kind of like me. It doesn't like to be overworked at all. Give me time to breathe. Give me time to dry. I guess you can say I'm kind of like watercolor. Don't overwork me. Karen, do you like jazz standards? Sarah Vaughan. Yeah, but so yes, I do. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I think I like all things music because I played in the band from the sixth grade all the way to freshman year of college. So I love music. And it really takes a lot to for me to not like it, I guess you can say. But I like a good sultry voice. That's why I guess during the times of growing up, we were in band playing all the, music and having to write music for different things we wanted to play. It was kind of hard to get with whatever the hip hop was doing. And that's why I never, like I say, the if I need to know the words to a song, I'm just going, or I need to know something about hip hop, I always ask Crystal because she know the words to everything. Because I just didn't learn a lot to keep it in my memory bank. Let's put it that way. And then I just realized when I was talking to somebody, and I was just like, I just like music. Like, why do I have to decide which one is good? Oh my God, I almost said his name. God, I can't think of that man's name. Will Downing. That's what it is. Will Downing. I could not. I was like, oh, cannot. But Will Downing, OMG. Now, which I was talking about Sweet Magnolias, because Sweet Magnolias has um see everything. Every time I start to call somebody name, then they just kind of go away. Why is that? But one of the Sweet Magnolias, which is the singer, she plays in Sweet Magnolias. I think my brain is taking off because I don't. I'm just trying to relax when I'm doing when I'm doing watercolor. I don't really want to think a lot. Just be relaxing. But if you've seen Sweet Magnolias, you know who I'm talking about. You're more than welcome to put her name in the chat because I can see her face. I just can't name her right now. Her name is Helen on the show, and that's why I can't think of her name because her name is Helen, and I'm only thinking of her name. All right, we're gonna let that one go. Warren was in London last year, but he plays all over the world. He was just in Chicago, came home today. Nice. You would think, you would think. If you like jazz standards, there's a great recording of Billie Holiday singing Mac the Knife. She messes up the lyrics and just makes it up. Such a great piece of music. Huh, you should send that to me. Never seen Sweet Magnolias, but is it Jill Scott? No, it's not Jill Scott. Jill Scott plays, she did Sweet Magnolias, the black version, but no, it's Jesus Christ, I cannot believe. Uh um Sweet Magnolias. Heather Headley. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Heather Headley. I love her voice. Look, that's why I was finna pull it up. I was getting ready to pull it up because once I be wanting to tell you, I'm just like, wait a minute. Now let's talk about Billie Holiday. Okay. Billie Holiday, I like, but you know, the music back then, the way we hear it, you don't hear it as crisp as clear as we do now. So when you move forward, like I've always been a Diana Ross fan, always, ever since I probably was like 5, 6 years old, you know, got the pencil singing. Love me some Diana Ross. So much so that my mother, she didn't like Diana Ross. So she would just, every time I would sing her, she just tell me the story of how bad of a person she was and how she left the Supremes and how and all. I was like, I don't care, you know. And so now, fast forward, I don't care. I feel like she did what she felt like she needed to do, and those that don't like it, then hey, lump it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. You know, things are the way they are. But I saw her for my 50th birthday. No, wasn't my 50th. I think it was for my 48th, 47th. Either way, I was in Vegas. And me and Mr. McCoy went to see her live. Oh my goodness. The change, the clothes was just so great. And then I like her as an actress as well, especially in Lady Sings the Blues. I didn't like I mean, how the movie had to be, but it had to be. But yeah, Heather Hadley, she has a smooth voice and just not too overpowering. Like I don't like to hear females cursing, so you know I don't like today's versions of any of the women because I mean I just don't. I like the music. Like the music will catch me. If anything, if you ever see me rocking to what's that girl Cardi B? It's not her. It's the music. It's that bass line. I love a good bass line. Isn't that right, Crystal? I hate y'all couldn't hear the one when she was like freestyling here in the studio. Man, it was good. But there's nothing better than a good bass line. I mean, of course, I came through some of the greatest uh, drummers from high school, even through college. Like even, I don't know, I can't speak for. Well, I mean, FAMU still has a great program, but music is just not the same. Kids don't have love for music. The passion is not the same, so it's a little different. That's all I can say about that. I guess orange is my color, orange and blue. We're gonna move on a little bit. You see, but the whole thing is I'm using a cat's tongue, just using a new brush. So let's pull this one out and we're gonna kind of gonna make a little um it was fun back in the day when we could buy the instrumental version. Yeah, and you didn't have to have the words. I would love to have a lot of Cardi B. I just don't want to hear all that language. You know, I just don't. And then, you know, sometimes they try to, you know, figure out, well, why men don't respect some men, not all men, don't respect. I mean, that when you hear women calling themselves that, then I'd be like, hey, that's what she called herself. That's not what I call myself. That word is stored for my dogs, not for me. But it's just one of the things, you know, everybody has their own way of doing things. I think the closest I got to being raised with cussing was the Two Live Crew. When the Two Live Crew came out, and I was just like, whoa. But we could get it without without the language. And then now I feel like the airwaves, you can hear everything. Like my granddaughter, she's singing, and I'm just like, what I was listening to hear because I know it's a cuss word coming up. And baby, she just like she paused and she know what a cuss word was because she done heard the version. Oh, that's pretty. So it is what it is. Baseline, my favorite, will always be the '70s funk band, The Meters. Check them out. Can't go wrong. All right. So Graham, I'm gonna tell you like I tell Paula. You can drop me a good YouTube anytime in my DM. Anytime in my messenger DM. Anytime. You can't go wrong. Because Paula was like, am I bothering you with all these music? All I do is I add them to a playlist. Or and then usually, you know, it goes down the rabbit hole. and you go from one to another. It's like, yes. Next thing you know, I have a good little playlist. That's like me and Mr. McCoy. We do not have the same taste in music at all. But most of the time, I am a gospel girl now. That's all I really listen to now. And that's only because on the radio, again, I don't want to hear all that foolishness. But you get in the car with him, he gonna be thumping something that's gonna be very, very loud. And I'm gonna get in, changing changing, putting it back on the radio station because his playlist is not mine. And not that it's wrong. It's his music has never been mine. I've never been like he likes Biggie Smalls, Tupac, and all of them. I've never been that hardcore rap. Like I like some of it, but again, I'm listening to the bass. I'm listening to the like the music. I'm listening to like, did you steal somebody's like line? Is that original? How did you take that and mix that up? I'm listening to that. So it's more of the musicality, I guess you could say. I'm not just listening to the words about, bump this one and bump that one and grind here and pump this and pump that. Oh, it's just, I mean, it's only so much pumping you can do. And then what? I'm sorry, that's just me over here in Create Joy Studio. And that's just mine. That's just how I feel. Not about everything. Like I'll listen to your music. Don't get me wrong, but am I gonna listen to it all the time? No, I'm not. And then what's that song? I love it when you call me Big Papa. And so I was listening to the music, and then one day I just started listening to the words. And I was like, so we got women around here calling men Papa? That's what we're doing? That's what we're talking about? Or am I missing something? And then, we like to be knowed up on things. Nobody was answering my question because everybody had different, answers. And I was just like, well, okay, cool. I just want to know, are we calling I'm not judging. Ain't no judgment over here. I just want to know because I'm not calling nobody Papa or Daddy. And don't be asking me, but who's your daddy? You don't know him, and he's 6 feet under. So why we gotta talk about him? That used to be my thing. You meet the guy, and the guy be like, "Girl, I could be your daddy. Who's your daddy?" Be like, "It ain't you." Like, who is your daddy? I'd be like, "You don't know him." I was a little smart behind. Be like, "Yeah," or either be like, "Whose is it?" You don't know him. I crack myself up. That's young Karen. Young Karen used to be something else. Be like, I didn't want nobody to feel like they had the upper hand on moi. That's why Mr. McCoy can't handle me. He used to having them little weak, I'll say them little weak girls that, they go with them hazel eyes. He come with that little what you call it? With that Barry White. He's like, hello, this is William. I'll be like, I know who this is. I saw your number come through. He used to be like, you so hard. Be like, man, give me something original. You've been listening to too many songs, right? Give me something original. And here we are, 17 years later. I'm still saying, give me something original. Because when you continue to thrive into doing something original, then you're always going to be who? Yourself. My watercolors are my watercolors. People can say, I want to paint flowers like Karen. And then I'd be like, you got to walk through the pain that I've walked through to paint like I do. I just didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to paint watercolor flowers and this is how it's going to look. No, I woke up one day and was like, God, how do I get my joy back? And then next thing you know, I'm slapping paint on paper. So it kind of works. The original, I love original work. I don't want to see even so like what Graham, even what we did and all the stuff, and Graham go to like slapping down his blobs. I want to see what he does with his blobs. I want to see like a before, and I want to see how he takes the originality of who he is and put it on the page through the paint. And that's what makes things, this is why I don't like these things when I'm doing live, because I can't pull them off paper right away. Sorry. I don't think y'all heard that. So I've learned one thing. I've learned and my 50 plus years of living is I'm the best version of me, and nobody else can beat me at being me. And if anybody don't like me, they might need to take it up with the creator, because I have nothing to say about who I am today. I don't. All I do is get up every day and walk this thing out. Walk it out, walk it out. That's it. And the more I walk forward, the more the challenges come, the more the days feel like they're just going to knock me back. But the object is I continue to show up. The object is my peace, and I'm still going to show up. So for World Watercolor Month, today is day 19. I am grateful that I keep showing up. I'm happy about that, right? I had to give myself a little bit of a girl by looking at last year. It's like you showed up last year too. I was like, I did, didn't I? Right? And you didn't show up trying to be perfect. And it's just like, no, I can't be perfect. You know when I'll be perfect? When I die. So this is the conversation that I was pretty much having with myself to remind myself that the journey is not always going to be great. Some days you're going to have to just really slap that paint on the paper and trust it. Trust it. Just trust the process. Just trust the process. That's it. That's all you can do. Swole, you back? You back on the state, Swole? Monique. Y'all, Monique been traveling the world. Monique had her birthday. She was out of, she just been doing it up. And I am super duper proud of you, girl, out here doing the doggone thing. And is. Ooh, that's a pretty purple. Need to add you to the caller ID. Oh, new phone. Who this? It wasn't even new phone. Who this? It was just, whew. I did that the other day, Eddie, because somebody did call my phone, and I said, I text back, this is a new phone. I don't have you in my contacts. Who this? I still had to be a little bougie with it. It never, ever, ever. New phone, who this will never get old. Never. Never. All right. Anybody else popped in? Anybody else? Anybody else? I didn't know y'all met on Sunday. It's World Watercolor Month, girl. You forgot we had our meeting. World Watercolor Month is every day in July. World Watercolor Month. Every day in July. And I'm here live at Create Joy Studio every single day for July. So if you're new and you're here, that was a good little segue. Oh, wait, you've been hanging out with me for a minute. Now is the invitation to hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, all, just in case you're not subscribed to the channel. If you've still been here through all of the talking, you like it. You want to hang out with us. New channel. Who this? Karen. I feel like that. I don't like the way that slid on that paper. Let's put a little bit more pigment down. And that's another thing. If you don't like the way the water is looking, if it's looking too watery, doesn't mean you got to pick it up or anything. Just add some pigment in the base of it and let it go and leave it alone. Trust the process. Trust the process. This purple is for all my purple lovers in the house, because Prince was all about that purple rain, purple rain. Oh, and Morris Day and the time. Music. See, music. Music. Music make you lose control. Now that's a bass line right there. Yes. And when I went was Joy, in sixth grade, first time I wanted to play in the band, I wanted to play the drums. My mama said no. And then she let me play the flute. I bet she wish she'd have let me play the drums, because I didn't have that much practice with the drums. I had a whole lot of practicing to do with that flute. And then once I learned how to hit them high notes, ooh, I used to do it just cause. my favorite piece of music was it was called Quality Plus. And then Notre Dame Victory was kind of like some of that, the way that goes was kind of like our fight song. But the other one, what was there was another one, Quality Plus, and can't think of the other one, but Quality Plus was a very now this is music we had to learn by heart and had to march. There was no I didn't have no little stand hanging on my little flute. No, had to learn this daggone music by heart. Then you had to count, then you had to march, and then we get through it. Then we had to go into block band formation because then it was time to get down. Depending on who we was playing at the football game, then we had to get ready, block band. So we was playing a rival school. We was getting ready to throw down. We were the marching 200. There were 215 of us. People used to sit just to count. It was fun. I started singing Missy as well. Oh, that's who sings that. Oh, we, oh. Yes, Morris Day and the Time. Oh, okay. I said, well, how many purple I got? One, two. Let's do one more. One more. One more. Why not? One more. One more. I played clarinet in band marching, and I were not compatible. LOL. You were too clumsy, baby. I played with the best of them. You hear me? And when I got pregnant, Lord have mercy. I was in the middle of the Gator Bowl, which is now the Jaguars Stadium. It wasn't the same field, different field, but I got so sick. They were doing the dog, like doing the dog, and I was throwing up doing the dog because we played the rival school Reigns and we had to get out there and do the dog. Like, to dance the dog. It's like, oh my goodness. That head went down and all the throw up and food that I had ate. What was Crystal's, by the way? Crystal's Hamburgers, which some of you know as White Castle, kind of. That's what our version in Jacksonville is. Crystal's. When I got out the field, my band director's just like, he used to call me by my last name. Hollins, are you sick? It's just like, no. And then after that, went in the concert season. Guess you know what happened then. I didn't play in concert season. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't play my flute and be pregnant. That was just too much. I had to choose which one I was gonna serve. Eddie, of course you know crystals because you've been down there in Florida. You're world traveled. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Okay, let's take this one and take this brush and I'm gonna kind of do it a little this way because we want it kind of upside down. And let the brush do the work. Swip it around, swoop it, and then put the butt on it. Remember the butt, because that's the bottom. So say bottom butt, whatever. That's the butt for that one. Let them touch a little bit. Just a little bit of loosey-goosey water. There we go. And because for the sake of wet on wet, let me show you. Let's take some of my good green. Remember, we got good green, and we got green, and we got okay green. But I like that good green. I had to get used to crystals. I still get my White Castles from Sam's and Walmart. Is it the same though? Come down and hit right there. Let that bleed into that. And then come on down right there. Ooh, yes. And then right there, we're going to tip it because it's still wet. So that's going to be wet on wet and coming down through there. And boom, that one comes there. Get us a little bit more. Thin slither. And this one, we're going to touch that twice or just go down and pull that down through there. Touch there. Boop, 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 boop. And come on across there. Boom. And then go down. Put a little bit more water on there. Come up. Slide that over there. Come down. And drag and drop and bend and pop. Boom. Told you, watercolor just make me happy. And then y'all talking about music too. I can just hear the tunes in my head. I can't sing for you, but do 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 do. And Crystal says, put that over there. Pop, 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 right there. Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful. Oh, love it. Um, I will occasionally get some from the frozen food section. I will probably have some while yeah. I think most people in this chat, Crystal knows about the do 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 do, all about the Benjamins. We had to make some clarifications because in the past somebody said something about 45, 47 when she would put it in there. It is not about the president. That's what what's his name says in the movie. 45 do 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 as he getting his lottery tickets. You found Pierre's Instagram. Yay! Yes, he worked on Color Purple musical as well. Yes, he did. Yes. Pierre is the jam. Like I have a pillow. So I have one of the pillows from one of the casts that one of the shows that he did, and I actually have one in my room. On actually, Crystal was in the room. Y'all were in that green pillow. That's one of the pillows from I can't remember what set it was, but he also did Game of Thrones. He's done a lot. He's done a lot. That's why I wanted to have him like last year. I was trying to have him on the channel because he's an artist and I wanted to create. So, but we'll see. We still trying to work into getting him here. And he did a event here in my hometown at the art show for oh Lord. I'm just gonna stop trying to remember stuff. That's all. I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna stop. Um Ann Lowe. That's what I keep, Ann Lowe is from my hometown here, literally about 3 miles up the road. Maybe five, because she lived in the city. But Ann Lowe was the designer that created Jackie Kennedy's wedding dress. Ann Lowe was a designer. Her mom lived here. She's from here, Clayton, Alabama. And she designed that's what made her a little bit famous. Like, back then, still in, back in the 50s, she still didn't get the justice that she deserved while she was living. But now she's getting a lot. So Pierre did a thing for her dresses. Because y'all remember I told y'all I have a friend of mine that I found that's gonna make Ann Lowe dress, one of her dresses. I mean, just if I don't do nothing but walk around the ranch on it, but look up Ann Lowe, Lowe. She is a phenomenal designer. Like her work is just, oh my goodness, it's amazing what she would do. And all this stuff back then, a lot of this intricate hand stuff she would do by hand. There was no, she didn't do it on the putting the flowers on the dresses. Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested, look up Ann Lowe. And so Pierre is doing a whole thing centered around her life. And a lot of people they did something in New York, I think a couple years ago, but I still think she just, missed her time. Yeah, Mike Epps, not Omar Epps. Yeah, Mike Epps. Mike Epps plays in that movie. Graham says, when I go to see family in August, I will go to WC LOL. I always do that once. And then, of course, my favorite. Yeah, we always got to go to the barbecue spots. Just told my brother-in-law that story yesterday. Now, Catherine, when you go into Pierre's make sure you tell him Karen sent. He calls me like when I go in. They call me and Mr. McCoy the Obamas. I was like, no. He's like, yeah. It's like Michelle. Here come Michelle. I was like, oh my goodness. So people, when somebody would saw me one day in town, they were calling me right, but they were calling me Michelle. And so when the lady she came up to me, she's like, Michelle, I was just, I met you over at the restaurant. I was like, to tell you the truth, my name is Karen. It's not Michelle. And so we had to kind of have conversations, just like, so it's our little thing, but not everybody, not out loud. You never know. People be listening. You know, I like the way that is. Just put some, drop some right there and pull that right there. Kind of pull that down there and let that pop right there. Then we're going to go in with our good yellow. I'm going to Kansas City next month for a few days. Zal, you just traveling, girl. Kansas City got some barbecue. Now we got some, I mean, Kansas City got some good barbecue. We got some good barbecue here. But it's not like you have to know the people at the little spots because it's not public, right? They don't have a restaurant. Like on the way to Troy, there's a man that has his in his yard, has his big old grill. You gotta know, right? If you do, if you know, you know, that kind of thing. And and you get people that just says they love cooking. They don't want to, go into business. It's not all about the money for them. They just like to see people eat their food. And I like that. Let's put some yellow down here, kind of pull that right there, pop that right there, and pop that right there. You ain't got to be fancy with it. All right, so yellow, let's put some blue. I feel like some blue needs to be in there. Let's use this blue. And these are my Rosa Galleries. I'll pop some blue in the leaf. And is and did. See, y'all got music all up in my head, all in through. Let's put some more of that on there. That is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Dun, dun, dun. This painting is talking to me, y'all. It's talking to me. So when I get finished, I'm going to let it dry a little bit. But it's talking to me. It needs to be an illustration. It says I need the people to understand that life isn't always going to be great and wonderful and perfect. I was like, wait, no, you can't be. So let me set this over there because it wants to be an illustration. If you've been here, you've been hanging out with me, you already know what possibly is getting ready to happen. This is life. You remember back in the day, I said this is your brain on drugs. This is life. I want you to gather these three purple flowers. I want you to see the joy in it. I want you to relax and have a great feeling about it because it's World Watercolor Month and we're here every day. Life doesn't always show up great and fabulous. Don't let that dry. I might do it and I might not. All right, let's pop. Let's get some more of my good green. I like my good green mixed in with some of that other green. And it gives me this like kind of olivey green. Let's pull that down there. Put that there, put that up there, then come down, doop, come down there, and boop, boop. Nothing's over there, but let's put that right there, drop that right there. Boop, 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 doop. That'll work. Come in there with some of that darker color. Yes, and some of that. Put that there. Mm-hmm. Look at that. I love the burst. It's the burst. Okay. That one wasn't talking to me too much. Let's get this one, put some of that in there. Put some of that yellow in there. There, we're not going to put stems on this one. This one's going to look like it's just kind of in a bouquet or sitting on a table or kind of sort. Just kind of let the colors do what they want to do. Just, squiggle wiggle the brush. You get me? Squiggle wiggle, right? Doesn't need to be perfect. Just kind of a little bit. Put some pigment in there. Let it pop out and bloom out. Doesn't have to be perfect. It does not. Look at that. Put that right there. Boo, 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 boo. Do, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Oh, that is very much so beautiful. Boom. I like it. I love it. Look at that. So then with this one, see this one start talking to me. So I like when they start talking. When they start talking, I start listening. Let's put some, let that go and do its thing. Right there. Boop, 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 boop. Dum, dum, dum. Like that right there. Kind of coming down. Doop, doop, doop. Boom. Doesn't always have to be on stems, even though I like them on stems. But look at that. Swiggles, look. Squiggle, wiggle. That is a technical term. It's very proper. Yes, you have to tip your head a certain way when you do it. Yes, listen, if I could show y'all what way my head was turned, because I did. And you got to kind of have your tongue just right on the tip of your teeth. And don't have it too far out because you might, you know, um, bite down on it because you're concentrating so hard. All right, now I'm going to go back in on my flowers and we're going to kind of go into each petal a little bit with a darker. It's really the same color, it's just more pigment. And then we're going to slide that down there because that's the bottom. Kind of right there. So it separates the leaves. There, right there. Boop, 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 boop. Same thing up here. And lay that brush down. Right there. And then over there. Bring that down. And right there. So it's more defining of your leaves. That's all. That's all. That's all I do. Now you don't have to. You can either come from the base and lay the brush down. Come from the base, lay the brush down. Come from the base, lay the brush down. And it can dry that way. And usually after that dries, I'll probably do some little squiggies that way. But that's just it. Too easy. And then I'm gonna go up top with some yellow, laying the brush down again, not fancy, just laying the brush down to get you some difference. Make it look like there's another kind of flower maybe coming from under there, maybe. And pull this a little bit so there. Like it, love it. We love it. This is more brushwork, just letting the brush do its thing and not concentrating on like what you're gonna get. It's more just having fun. Like I can sit here and do this all day long, sheet after sheet, page after page. All right, watch this yellow. Watch that yellow. You ready? Y'all ready? You ready? Watch that yellow. Ooh, 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 look at. If that didn't make your heart happy on this Sunday afternoon, I don't know what can. I'm just not your girl today. That will be what it will be. Cause that right there is the watercolor saying, I'm gonna show out for you. You just give me a chance. Just put some in there and I'm gonna show out for you. Look at that. Just so beautiful. Ah, those are flower bursts. Sometimes the flower bursts, they dry. Sometimes they dry kind of cauliflower looking. And if you don't like that look, then you can buff it out a little bit. You can take a dry brush and kind of move it around. But I like it. I don't have a problem with it. So let's move that one over there. And we got you. Let's do this blue one because I'm going to put some gold. This is another example. This is what I'm talking about right there. If you don't like the way that looks right there, then it doesn't matter. Let me get another brush, which is, I think this is a cat's tongue. We've used the cat's tongue, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and I put a little bit of water on there because I want to ignite it and move it over. Because it's still going to be, what do you call it? It's still going to be the defining flower for the petal. So you don't want to get rid of it all unless you do. Like, I'm okay with just moving the color. I need some more water on it so it can come together. And then go around. And that's going to dry. There we go. Go with it. Go around. And then if you don't like harsh lines, this is your time to buff it out with your brush while it's still a little wet. Not wet, wet, but a little wet. See right here, if you don't like that look, you get to come back over it and just kind of move it around. Like move it, move it. Doesn't have to stay that way. I'm going to wake this all the way back up and move all of that. So just come in with a wet brush and pull that out a little bit. Pull that on down. Remove that hard line and that hard line. And come across a little bit to make it look like it's an open flower. Slide that down a little bit and that right there. There we go. Now this right here is going to do something different because that was a lot of water. If you got a problem with that and you don't like it, this is what I do. Take a dry brush and go in and do some cleanup. Put it where you want it. But remember, don't overwork it. Watercolors is just like me. They don't want to be overworked. But watercolor is also just like Jesus, very forgiving. So you can move all of that around until you get it to where you want it. Now I'm going to leave that alone because it's already saying, stop rubbing on me. Stop rubbing. To me, I don't like any of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I like to do when I don't like something about flowers or something that I put down on a page is I get real creative and start going and put leaves. I would take some leaves, put some colors that's probably gonna, look real. This isn't a color that I would use. This isn't a good green. This is not one of my good greens, but I know that it's going to give me a look. And this is just from in the past of doing this. So you take this right here because we're not doing petals. I mean, we're not doing stems. So we're just going to come down with some leaves and let them kind of sit on the page. There you go. Kind of put that one up there to make it look like it's going. And see, I'm better with that because now my leaves are taking over and it's all about my leaves and it's not about the flower. And then later on, I'll maybe will feel better about the flowers and I might do something else with them. But right now, my leaves are showing up. Make that one look like it's kind of going around under there. Right there. And pull that one, come down there. That looks like that's coming under there. Boom. I like that. So never give up on your watercolor prints. Just it doesn't want you to give up. Don't give up on it. Keep creating, keep loving it, and keep giving yourself grace along the watercolor journey. Watercolor is one of the things you will appreciate if you just keep slapping that paint on the paper. Okay? Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust you. You know why? Because you've taken the time to sit down and watercolor. So why not trust the process? I mean, it might look chaotic. It might look like a blob. It might come out looking like what this is. But it's okay if you trust the process. And I'm gonna trust this because this is gonna turn out to look very, very beautiful. Remember? Remember we had blobs yesterday. If you only saw what these look like yesterday and look at them now. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And don't overwork it. I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna put it actually over there so I can leave it alone. Because if I keep looking at it, I'll keep wanting to move it around. And you need, depending on the paper, sometimes you can keep scrubbing on it. It depends on how much water you got on the paper and what kind of paper you're using. This paper right here is actually, oh yeah, remember I was telling y'all about the B company? This is actually the B paper. This is actually the B paper. It's 140 pound, 100% cotton watercolor paper. The B one. I remember I have a book that's like this. But this paper right here, and it has what was it? Acid free, because you know that's important. But remember we were talking about 100% cotton paper, and I was telling y'all how I didn't like 100% cotton paper. This is a little different from that cotton paper, that other cotton paper. This doesn't swallow it up. Let's go across that. Let's look at purple is just the color that's popping out today. I wonder why. I wonder why. Y'all remember that? He's the greatest dancer. Remember that? What? Who was that? Just popped in my head. But I'm wondering why. Purple. So see the purple sitting on the paper. It doesn't absorb. It doesn't swallow it up. And remember I had some 100%, actually it was on my desk a few minutes. That's what this is. These two are totally different. See how that looks? This one is more grainy. This one has grain. It's a fine grain though, but it's 100% watercolor paper. This is 100% cotton paper, but it's a grain. It's a fine. It was Sister Sledge, really? Oh wow, I went back there, huh? So look at, let's see if I can turn it into a petal, but you can see it. And when you know your paper, you like the paper you like. And I just don't like certain kinds of watercolor paper. I will paint on it. Don't get me wrong. I'll paint on it. But this is actually grabbing my brush because it's let's see if you can see the grind, the fins, the bumps, the nodules, whatever you want to call it in the paper, right? It's not it's not what do we say? It's not smooth. The surface is bumpy. It's rough. But this one right here, this is watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton, but it doesn't have a whole bunch of potholes. This one has a whole bunch of potholes, so the paint kind of lays over in each crevice. You can see how as a matter of fact, you can look and see how it looks. These look different. See how the paint flowed around here, gave it a little bit flowy, but right here it puddles right in the actual holes. I like that, potholes. Paper has the potholes on it. And this one has more, not potholes. It just has maybe a little bumpy roads, maybe grassy roads. I don't know. Hopefully that makes you, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So looking at this right here, I like that. And then you keep going down and it's not watering it up. I like that. All right, let's take that. So let's see how that does. And we're going to put that one down there so you can see how it's spreading out in the pools. It's wet on wet because that paper was still wet. And the difference with this one, I didn't put too much water on that. But you can see? And I don't like that. It's very faint, but you can tell the difference if you look at them. That one. And then this one right here, the paint kind of sits there. And so you go back in. Remember, you go back in with a dry brush. I'm going to clean this brush off and let it be a little not so wet. And just move what we already have in there around. Just move it around. There we go. And it'll turn into a pretty flower. Well, y'all know mine always turns into flowers. There we go. I like that orange on that purple. There we go. Take that little harshness off. And let's put another one on since the orange is doing so good. The orange. Let's put a little one over there. This one won't respond the same way because that's a dry. Come down there and do a little bit of squiggly, wiggly, wiggly, wiggly right there. And come down there. Boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. There we go. We're gonna have to let that dry before we do anything else to that. Can't do anything else to that. Right? So, what's everybody else doing today? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are you doing? That purple and yellow is fab. Purple, yellow, and orange. I need a knife to get this off. My palette knife isn't gonna work. Yes, it might. It might. There, it might. And this paper right here, I actually got off the Moo. Y'all know what the Moo is, right? I've had like I got about, I have too many. But I do like the fact that it's on the pad, and this is Bahang. So it's a good one, but I wouldn't, if I was to get it again, I would not get the grain fine the way it is right there. But I do like the fact that it's a natural white, and this one says it's scrub resistant. So I could probably go back in and scrub that out. Scrub the ground. Let's put some other little things on here since we're pulled it back out, but that's pretty. Let's go. Let's put some more water on it. Wake it up. Put some blue flowers. And let's take some yellow tip. Put that right in there. There we go. Put that around. Put that out a little. There we go. Like that. Like that. Working some design team stuff, which is why I have been in the balcony today. Oh, you're doing fabulous though. Hey, I get it. I'm happy that you're here. How's the weather there? Let's go in there. Let's put one up here. That is very much so beautiful. Let's keep going all the way around and put the butt right there. Beautiful. Look at that. Two tones. So this brush can do two. You just have to put the butt in the paint. Put your butt in the paint. Because it's three. And there we go. There we go. Boop, boop. And then I'll come back and put some stems on them. Either put them in a bouquet, but that works out. Now let's go back and look at this one. See, with that watercolor, I love this. Love it, love it. Love the way the details are on there. All right, let's come back with this one. What brush? We need another finer brush. Fine, fine, fine. Pull that down because I didn't like that. Pull that down. Kind of go back in a little bit. There we go. Put some more pigment in there. Do a little bit of work. Work it. Don't overwork it, but work it a little bit. And I need a big brush. Where's my big brush? Take my good green. Pull it right on in there. Just slide that down. Slide that down and pull through there and right there. Let this one come over here. Boop, boop. Kind of through there and bring that down. And so we don't have it like looking kind of wonky and crazy. We're going to put some more Like make it look like it's coming through. Yeah, go up there and go across there. Boop, boop. Watercolor is it. Oh, that green and orange. That just wasn't making me happy. Continue. There we go. That looks a little better. Like it, like it. Nice and sunny with, oh, a breeze. Hasn't been ridiculous. It was hot today. I thought it was going to rain, but we still haven't gotten a. I heard thunder. Thunder. You missed Sister Sledge. I forgot what I even said, but Eddie said it was Sister Sledge. I went back. But that's a lot of things. You know some songs and they kind of just pop in your head. Thanks to Crystal, that's how it works. Cause y'all already know you'll be talking to her and then she gonna bring a song out. It's gonna be a song. And I say Mariah's back off vacation. You know what's gonna come next? Me and Mariah. It's just like, oh, but goodness, I don't like that green. I don't like none of that. I'm just gonna go and slap it down because I tell y'all to trust the process. I'm gonna trust the process. I need it to cool down just a little. I'm with you on that. While I was gone to hang out, see Pierre, the puppy went out on the deck. And so I was like, I tried to put him back in and he just wouldn't come. So I was just like, okay, you gonna wish that you came. Baby, by the time when I came back, he couldn't wait to get his butt in this gate in the door. Say, I told you, you a bougie dog. You're not meant to stay outside at all. He looked at me and flopped down. He flopped down. He is down here on this floor right now, knocked out. Ain't no way in the world I could probably get him to go move. Maybe not even with some food. Let's kind of put this over here. We're just gonna put some leaves down because I'm just wasn't happy with this one. But I'm gonna trust the process because that's what I tell y'all to do. That right there. Now I'm going to go in here with, I think this is burnt umber or something. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of yellow and kind of go in here. Just dropping it in. Not worrying if it's wet, if it's gonna combine. Trust the process. Have a slither. There we go. That's when you don't like something. You don't like it, you can always change it. Because over here in Create Your Studio, when I'm trying to heal and my heart needs to just relax, I don't have time to stress over what I'm doing. And here during World Watercolor Month, I'm talking to y'all and, usually I'm by myself and I'm just creating. But now it's a little different. She not asking me to sing again. I can't even remember what I saw. Like Eddie would have to tell me what was what was the song now. Oh, I don't like that. But let's put a little bit over here and see. It might work. No, I like the color that I had. Like the color that I had. Let's go back in here. Get a little bit of that yellow. I don't even remember what I said. I'm up in my sister's room because she cannot do too many different noises at the same time. Her nephew is on the computer, luckily with headphones, and has TV on. She's on Instagram. So I knew she couldn't do another noise, so I came upstairs. Oh, yes. We say you know your limits. That's definitely knowing the house you're going to. Let's put this in here. I'm just gonna plop it in there because I can. Let's flip it over. And I put that other color. Kind of go right there and pull that through there. Just some little wonky leaves. because I didn't want to put it on a stem. So when you want to bouquet it out, you ain't got to be fancy with it. I knew she couldn't do. Oh, Cookie sang the song. Yeah, Cookie sang the song for her. Sang the song. Karen, I added what song it was. Oh yeah, I wonder why. Oh yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, it's you're the greatest dancer. Yeah, yeah. I forgot just that daggone quick. Like, what did I say? Oh yeah, because I was doing purple. I did the purple thing, and I was like, I wonder why. And then I was just, I did the crystal. I wonder why, because that's what Crystal would have did. And then she'd have been like, "Y'all remember that song? You remember that song?" And me and Bernadette be like, "No, I don't remember that song." And then she got to sing some more verses, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, now I remember." In our Betty White voice, not Betty White, Betty Wright voice. Y'all know Betty Wright. Tonight is the night. I know all the words to that. Oh, or then the cleanup woman, Betty Wright was. I was too young to be singing Betty Wright. Who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love? Mm, I didn't know nothing about what that was, but now it's like, oh my. But that's what my uncle was. He had it on, that and Joe Simon and Millie. Y'all remember Millie Jackson? Y'all remember Millie Jackson? Ooh, like she could cuss. That sister could cuss. I love me some Betty Wright. But I understand Betty Wright now. I didn't understand Betty Wright then. I understand. Or the cleanup woman. The cleanup woman. I don't need the cleanup woman. So now I know all these, like all of things that Betty Wright was singing. Now I know, and now I can say, oh, I don't need no cleanup woman. Because I used to be like, well, who would want somebody to come and clean up the house? Like, why? And my uncle was just like, keep living. And so now, hell no, I don't need the cleanup woman. I'm good. I'm the cleanup woman. I am the only woman, right? I ain't got time to be fooling around with that. I told my sister before I got here that I don't want her trying to put me out before my vacation is over. Right, Zal? We want you to relax and chill. Now, Crystal probably singing, let's chill, let's settle down. Monique is another one. Monique, that swole agency right there, she another one. She know all the words to the songs too. I only know a little bit. And then after that, I'm gonna stop. Y'all see, I'll stop. And then I might ask you, unless it's like old school song. And it depends on who it is. But that Millie Jackson, what was that song Millie Jackson sang? Say, because hers, the reason I liked her song was because of the music. Um, cheating is a thing. And two of them. Yeah, something like that. And then so you created a monster. Guy, see, she know. Krista, did you say the song? I'm Krista Jr. tonight. But you know what, Monique? She just left the house, so it's still in me. You just don't know how much that girl, she woke up every day, every morning. Anytime we was talking, Krista was here for almost a week. So every day she was singing, and so it still hadn't gotten out my head. I feel like I would just like, and then now that I'm on the live every day and she in the chat, it's just like, so it's just like, okay. It'll go away. It'll go away. But I'm having fun with it though. I must admit that I am having fun with it. But I got to pull up Millie Jackson because I can't remember the name of that song. And it's something like you created a monster. You've created a monster from a shy country girl. You created a monster from a shy country girl. And then you turned her into a whatever, and then she done cheated on you. That's what Millie Jackson was saying. Now I'm listening to all this song before I knew what cheating, like what it was, and I was just like, darn. So, but that's what the people sung about back then. They ain't sang about hoes. I mean, I guess now they was back then without saying it. So I was just like, whoa, let's chill, let's settle down because that's what I want to do to be with you. See? Millie Jackson don't want to be right. Is that what it is? I don't want to be right. I don't want to be no. Gotta give me some more, Graham. I don't, that ain't it ain't don't want to be right. I don't know. But that now her voice, you talk about very raspy and hard. Like she had a very hard voice, but it sounded so good. Somebody else did, like Tina Turner. Tina Turner had a real rough voice and it sounded good. And it's like some people I would hear them singing and then I would, because I felt like I had a deep voice. And so when I would hear people, I was just like, okay, well, maybe I should try. So then after in high school, um, joined the choir in church and got asked to sing soprano. And I was just like, sing what? So it's like, yeah, you can sing second soprano, first alto. It's like, is that a thing? Is that the same thing? I get I can sing alto, but soprano? She's like, yeah, second soprano. Just let's do it. I was just like, oh my God, I felt so like, oh, it took me a minute. But I'm a second soprano. I like that. That is turning out very chaotic and very, very moody. Very like I don't know. It's like when you trust the process, it just you let it do what it do. All right, let's put some black in there. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's put it right in the center so it can mix up with some of that yellow. And we're not going to have any white space in the middle. Kind of make it look like it's just sitting, a bouquet of flowers that's kind of sitting on a table. Maybe. I don't know. So we don't need no white space. Music make me move. No, music make me lose control. Don't know why that popped in my head. Now, by now, I would have music playing by now. If I wasn't on the live, I'd be in here sliding paint on paper to the music. They were singing about that, but you had to be able to decipher the songs. Yeah, I wasn't being cheated on back then. Child, I was what, 8, 7, 8, singing the songs. Because we lived across the street here in Alabama. My uncle and aunt lived across the street from what they call, a juke joint back in the day. And so you could hear the music. We walking out of church, and I'm coming out of church singing Betty Wright. And got popped. I was like, what is loud? Don't mean you got to be singing it. It's like, sing the song. You got to sing next Sunday. Sing It's Gonna Rain. It's like, Lord, it's gonna rain. But then I was like, but I like that song better. And then what's his other name? Sitting on the Dock of the Bay came on. And I started rocking to that. Boy, I got popped real good. Cause back then them values, you don't play that devil's music on Sunday. Now I'm just like, boy, I can't believe the foolishness that y'all was doing back then. Just like y'all should have been playing some daggum all the music and coming up out of that daggum foolishness, going back there behind the church house, sneaking in that woman house and listening to y'all didn't like the songs because they was talking about y'all. That's what it was. I think that's what it was. I like that. Y'all like that? That's beautiful. That's very much so beautiful. Karen, my mom said the apple juice is good. Oh, good, 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 good. That apple juice is good. Tell her I've been praying and hope everything goes all right tomorrow. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Check it out. Ooh. Was it Otis Redding? Dock of the Bay, sitting on the dock of the bay? Sitting on the dock of the bay. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. And then what's the other one? I was born. Oh man, what's his name? It's on that Malcolm X movie. If I say it the way I say it, y'all will get it. But I'm not finna go there with y'all. This would be live. I would have to delete the live if I did. Um, Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke. Down by the river. I was born down. I was born. You know that one. in a little shack. Oh, I was something, 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 something. I crack myself up. Y'all, I don't need nobody to make me laugh. I make myself laugh. I'm in control of my joy. Y'all in control of y'all joy. Make your life happy. Don't be worrying about other folk. Cause y'all know what? They gonna make themselves happy. So that's what me and Crystal was talking about this morning. Just like we're gonna let them people be. Cause at the end of the day, they'll be back. What he say what he say on Friday after Friday? It's like Debo. When he gone, I'll be talking. I'll be talking. So, when they get to the place where they need you, they'll be back. Don't worry, they ain't gone. They just need a break. They need to see that they can't walk alone. That's what they need to see. Keep trying to tell you. Keep trying to tell you. So, you know what? You know what they say? I can show you better than I can tell you. That's a good green. I don't need to waste that. Let's put that somewhere. Let's kind of put that right there. Kind of put some right there. Redefine that right there. Put that right there. Right there. Look at that. Oh, let's kind of drag that down there and pop that right there. Ooh, yes, that's a pretty green right there. I mix whatever color that was, and I got that. That's beautiful. Let's put some blue down here because we got blue up there, so we want some of that blue down there. So let's just pull it on down through there. Pop that right there. Two live crew popped in my head just then. See, there's some things I don't need in my head. Or no, it wasn't two live crew at 95 South. Yeah, let's do it over there too. That's a pretty blue. Why not? Why not? There's no right or wrong way about it. And let's take some of that beautiful yellow and drop it in there. Drop it, drop, drop, drop it, and drop. That was another one. See? All right. We say that often. When you leave, I'll be talking, right? Graham says, yes, that was the first song I learned to play on guitar. Oh, Graham, you play guitar? You're referencing Sam Cooke. A change. Yes, that's it. A change is gonna come. Thank you. That has the Down by the River lyric. Yes, that will be it. A change is gonna come. I'm gonna put that on after I get off of here. Let me write it down. Sam Cooke. I can just listen to all of them. And then back in the day, because y'all gotta keep in mind, both of my grandmothers are like almost 100. So music was, when you hear it, you would hear it gospel, you would hear it secular, and then when you hear it secular, you'd be like, isn't that the song we sang in church? Because back then they would mix, like that's where they started at. They started in, gospel singing, and then they only had to sing with the rhythm that they had. So that's why my grandma used to call and be called that devil's music, and I was just like, I disagree. But you learn better. You grow up and you learn better. And I'm glad I didn't used to, do that. Like I learned more about the music in my kids' time by letting them express themselves as to what kind of music they did like. So that's how I learned. Now my favorite female rapper, is Trina. I love Trina because Trina took the lyrics of her life and she turned it into the song. And so when I would listen to her singing, I was just like, wait a minute, I can relate to that, right? I just didn't I like the clean versions. I just didn't like all that cussing she did, but I just never been one of them that cuss like that. Remember, I always had the friends that could cuss like that, but I just never been one that want to cuss like that. I mean, you got to make me pissy mad. I mean, pissing on me mad. Then you might get them, but regular walking every day, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm such a lady. But don't piss me off. What they say, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Hey, there's a video. There's a video. We were singing that, me, Bernadette, and Crystal in the studio. Gotta go check it out. I think it came through because I had cut the background off so y'all could hear all the things because Crystal was doing all the things in the studio, y'all. Okay, I like this. This is very what do you call it? What do you call it? Y'all know what you call it. It's a lot of paint that I slapped on. But there's a name for it. There's a name for this kind of painting. It's not, how do I want to say? It's not organized. It's chaotic. It's just expressive, which in turn makes it like intuitive painting and something else. I think it has another name. Y'all, if you know, put it in chat. Um, if you like Sam Cooke, treat yourself to a listen of his album live in Harlem Square Club from I'd say I feel like I might have that because my uncle like have all I have so many vinyls. I have vinyls, y'all. I feel like I might have something of the sort. I know I got some Sam Cooke. I have the original, the with Michael Jackson. Yeah, we got some stuff. We got some prints. We got some stuff. In my smoky voice, Devo got that mind power. Oh, in my smoky, Debo got that mind power over me. He tell me to be quiet. I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again. Oh goodness. So y'all know every day was a fun day. Oh my goodness. I love Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke. Now, I wasn't a Aretha Franklin fan in the beginning with her earlier stages because, again, she was too churchy. Now, later, I liked later. But in the beginning, the churchy voice, the tone, it wasn't for me. So I liked Aretha Franklin later, like later, later, when life grabbed her and, did some things and just she was singing out of her gut like like deep. She had been through some things then. I like music that has meaning. I just don't like music, that na 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 na. I was like, I can't believe somebody had and it was a hit. That was just it. Na na na. I was just like, okay, whatever. That's what we doing. Sparkle soundtrack. Yeah, Sparkle soundtrack is nice. Yes, yes. Agreed about Miss Aretha. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Um, And saying, yes, maybe, yep. So I think, just like my painting, like my artwork, back in the day, like I did some things and, whatever, it didn't have a whole lot of, I don't know, like a whole lot of pain. Like, I was trying to be perfect with it. I overworked it. I did some other stuff. And then it did so much that it was frustrating and I stopped doing it. Then years later, after I've been through some things, and while I'm over here on my journey of trying to heal and trust in God and trust in the process, now something like this doesn't bother me. This represents my life. This represents my life, right? Oh, y'all thought I forgot about something, didn't you? This is my life. Like this was my life, like 20 years, let's say 22 years ago. Let's say 22, let's say 22, let's say back in 2006. Let's take it there. My life was great. My life was wonderful. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see pain. I was doing my thing. We were, yeah, maybe 2004, 2005, like, yeah, maybe 2003, 2004. I was still director with Mary Kay. We were doing our thing. We were traveling. We was having fun. I wasn't married. I wasn't engaged. I wasn't in anything. I was me, my own person, hanging out, just loving on me, trying to decide who I was as a woman, as a person, right? And then one day, I met this man, and then I was trying to decide if he was even going to stay around. So it's just like, okay, still being, I'm not going to tell you the name they used to call me, y'all. I had a whole name. And every now and then somebody still reminds me, and I'd be like, "Yep," but she ain't coming back out. She ain't. Um, but this was life, right? This is life. And so if you're going through anything right now, I mean anything, the smallest of things, somebody pissed you off, somebody made you mad, right? I want you to focus in on the beauty that happens right now. It's not always going to be this beautiful. Some days it's going to flood, it's going to rain, it's going to have you're going to have a blizzard. And then life just comes and slaps the hell out of you, and you just don't know what you're going to do. You're just like, "Oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to what?" And then you get mad. You know, if you're like me, you be like, "God, I don't understand what you're doing. What was wrong with yesterday? What was wrong with my life? Why are you putting me through so much pain? Have I not endured enough? Like, why?" There's beauty in the mess. There's beauty through the layers. There is still beauty. Your life is still beautiful. Your life is still there. You just have to navigate through coming back up through the surface. Now, this right here, you might be like, "What in the hell did she just do to that beautiful print?" She represented life to show you that it's not always going to be straight lines. It's not always going to be everybody doing what you want them to do. It's not always going to be everybody showing up to say that you're great, you're fabulous, and you're wonderful. There are going to be some people that come to tell you that you ain't poop. They're going to tell you that you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And what I want to admonish you to do is say, "You're right. You're absolutely right." Then they say, "You're not my friend no more." Just be like, "Okay, thank you for allowing me to be in your life." Right? And when you're learning to forgive people, that's right there. Through looking through some foolishness, when you're going through some stuff, that's when you kind of realize that some people just are not meant to walk with you on the next phase, the next layer, whatever is coming next. Everybody is not meant to be with you on that journey. That is what I personally have learned in the last 5 years of my life. And let me say this to you: when you trust the process, and I mean, you trust the process that this is going to turn into something just more beautiful. It's going to be more beautiful than what it was, right? Because while you might be angry, you might be a little bitter, whatever it might be, you might be all the things. Sometimes when you go through the phase of life, it is only going to bud out and give you a more beautiful you. Now, that's going to take a minute to dry. So I can give you, I did this the other day. The next phase of your life, believe me, is going to be better than the last phase. God continues to show up every day you wake up. So I admonish you to keep moving forward, even when people have decided that you just, whatever they've decided, just don't worry about it. You don't need them no way, right? But this right here, look at the butterflies. Put the butterflies, but we layer, because remember, I did the same thing. Had beautiful flowers, represented the day. And then when this dried, because I kind of did that in the beginning of the live, by the time it dried, I came and painted some more flowers on top. And then we put some butterflies on it. And then I stood it up and took a picture, and it wasn't dry, but the tears, even in the beauty, you're going to cry sometimes. It's okay, right? That's why when I was painting this one and I put that yellow down, it started talking to me. It was just like, I'm beautiful, but life isn't always beautiful. Sometimes we got to go through some things. And I was just like, okay, no problem. We'll bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. So as y'all was talking about all the songs and the things, I was just like, wait a minute, I'm just full of joy over here. And the best thing I can do during World Watercolor Month, every day that I show up, is to bring the joy, reclaim, rediscover, renew, whatever it is you need to do. Because the spark, we want to keep the spark in our life, even though we might not be joyful every single day, but we want to have a glimmer of hope. What Jesse Jackson say, keep hope alive. We want to keep it alive because we know every day ain't gonna be great, and especially what we got going on now in the world. It's not always gonna be 100%, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna worry about it. Now, this gonna dry a little bit more, and I'm gonna do something to it. All right. And remember, that was my y'all. You remember I told y'all I got this new acrylic gesso. This one, this was that Sennelier. You saw how creamy that was. Oh my goodness, this gesso is amazing. I love it, and I love the fact that I can paint. You see how I paint over it? Oh, Mary's gone. Oh, I missed her. Mary, she's gone. She's gone. Carrie, she's gone. Carrie has one similar, but Karen used Brad's design. So wait, Carrie got us. Carrie got us. Oh yeah, I like this one. I don't know what Carrie's look like, but you know I love butterflies. I feel like I can connect all the butterflies. And on the other one um we did the what that oh we did the lantern lantern fly. That those turned out great. Oh, and remember our wood piece? That's still doing good. When we put the watercolor grounds on there and then I stamped over it. I'm loving this. This might be somebody's gift this year. My artwork on some wood. Um, what else we did? I got this one. I'm gonna save that one. But no, I'm not. I'm gonna stamp it out. Stamp it out. We're stamping out and we don't give a busting out. That's what it's called. Busting out. Yeah, Crystal, she just all in my head. Where's my ink? Oh, there it is. I just can't even say nothing without singing myself. And you can't have watercolor flowers without me showing you my watercolor flowers. You put a blob on the page, so what? Stamp over it. You don't like it? Stamp over it. Boom. That's that one. And then we're going to pull this one out. And you can get these over at PM Artist Studio. They're back from vacation. Orders will be resuming, coming out to your mailbox. Go ahead, get you some, baby. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull back up the live and see what that one is. Hold on, where it is? 'Cause I have another stamp. I have another butterfly. It might be that one. Let me see. Let me see. Look, like you can show me. Let me go click on that link and so I can see. Oh no, I don't have that one. That's new. Isn't that new? That's closer to being new. I think that's what it is. It's closer to being new. Oh, it's only 3. Well, guess we'll have to make it 4. Let's put some more. And remember, this is archival ink, so it's waterproof. So if you want to stamp it and then come back in, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, great. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's very majestic. It's very, very proper looking. And I just like my traditional butterfly because that one I can cut out if need be. All right, let's put this one. I should have did the other one the other way, but no worries, no worries. And because it's 4, I'm gonna leave it at 4. I'll leave it at 4. And we're gonna take this because this is my paper for this week because this is Sunday. We're starting a new week. I started a new paper. Stamp it out. We're stamping out. See? Stamping out, busting out. It just fits. See? Zal says, I have so many butterflies, but I will never have enough. I don't think you can never have enough butterflies. All right, so this right here, I'm just going back in with to show because I didn't like the way that one did. Didn't like the way it came out, so I'm going in with this one. Just gonna kind of go over it a little bit right there. And then I'm gonna change colors because I want my flower to stand out. So I'm gonna go in and kind of pull that yellow and make it look like the flower is on top of a flower. All right. And when it dries, it'll be its own thing. Look like it's kind of coming from under the flower. Yeah, see. You know you could do that, did you? See? Boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. Not worrying about getting it, waking it up, because it's now if you got them Simon Hurleys, this won't work. Simon Hurleys is watercolor. But these are archival, so they're waterproof. They kind of go around and not about being perfect, just adding a little, slapping some paint on some paper. That's it. So that we can have our joy. Now, this one lets us know that this is what's over there because we got one all by itself. Very much so beautiful. Azalea she must have went and got in the pool, y'all, because she didn't come in the chat. They were getting in the pool today. And she's gonna have her feel of the pool because school starts back. School is closer than it was. And do all that. I'm gonna come back in here with a darker color with some sepia, CEPH. And I drop that in there to represent that center a little bit like that. Boom. Right there. Boom. Right there. Boom. 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 There we go. Boom. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. Today was day 18. No, today is day 19, and we have done a thing. Now, later on, because I don't want this to be wet on wet, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna come back with some of my good green. You know, my good green. This is what my good green looks like. This green right here. And I feel like, so Zal, is that grass? Is that new grass green? Those right there, because I like that. This one, I'm not feeling that right there, but I'll fix it later. I can't stamp it. I could stamp it. Yeah, I don't want to stamp it because that's a peony. Mine are not peonies, but you know, you could stamp it out if you want some more definition. But all right, for World Watercolor Month, day 19, it's in the book. We did that one. We stamped out my flowers. We did a little what do you call it? I don't know what to call it. Intuitive painting. That's what I do call it. Intuitive painting. There we go. And remember, we're still praying for people that, you know, needs our thoughts. William, my father in love, is one. He's on the mend. He's doing better, doing so much better. We're praying for the hearts of mothers who have lost children, and anyone that needs us to keep them on our mind. We did do that one. I'll show this tomorrow after I go through. I want this to dry real good. And then I'm going to paint over it. We're going to put some beautiful, we got to trust the process. This is before, this is after. You have to trust the process. So, an earthy green, I'm not sure. Looks like a more olive army-ish green. That's what it looks like. Okay. Because you know I like to play with greens. As you can see, we did some greenies. That's a green, that's a blue a green. That's a green. That's more olive green. That's like, I don't know. But, and then that one, I like this one. That's a good green right there too. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get off of here. So I want you guys to remember now, today is day 19. We'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. Monday and Wednesday are my regular scheduled times. So we'll still be here. But I want you to keep creating joy. I want you to keep loving yourself and keep giving yourself grace along this journey. You know, life is too short to be sad and unhappy. So do everything you can to keep the joy going and keep the spark sparking. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.